Over here at Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital Radiothon. It is day one of our Radiothon. I'm Michelle Southern alongside Scotty Mack here on your midday, and we are actually doing our broadcast live from the playroom at the Children's Hospital.
But about halfway through the lunch hour, it might be a good time for you to really take a moment to become a miracle maker. We've had so many stories. Just a $15 donation a month is all it's going to take for making a difference in so many families that have been affected. I wanted to introduce you to two ladies. One is Jill McRight, who is the mom of Elise. First, I'm going to say hi to Elise, and we're going to talk to Mom. Hi, Elise.
Hi.
I have a question, Elise. Do you get out of school today for this?
Yes.
What school do you go to?
7th ward.
So your friends aren't listening, but are you out of school for the rest of the day?
No.
Oh, you're going back? Bummer.
I have to.
Well, you seem really excited to be out of school. Good for you.
Okay, so maybe what we ought to do is schedule you for about 4 more interviews, which will take care of the rest. She likes that idea.
Yeah, I see that.
Now, I was talking with Jill about what happened with, and your husband Chris is kind of playing armchair interviewer over there. She thinks I'm funny.
I know.
That's amazing.
You are a funny guy. You're funny looking.
I know. Jill McRight is here, and Jill, tell us a little bit about the sudden need for this Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital.
Sure. Well, we were thinking that Elise might have a cold or flu. She wasn't feeling too good, just like a small fever. And
How old was she at the time?
She was in first grade. She was 6.
Okay.
So we took her to our pediatrician's office. It was a weekend, and they swabbed her for flu. They said it was negative. They gave her decongestant, sent us home. Monday she still wasn't feeling well, so we went back. They swabbed her again for flu, and when the nurse left the room and she laid down on a little bed, her forehead started to swell.
Swell?
Swell.
Oh.
So I called the nurse back in, and so they thought maybe this is an allergic reaction to the decongestant. So we mark it with a pin on her head to make sure that it's not getting any bigger. So a few hours later, when my husband gets home, we're taking her to the hospital.
I would be freaking out.
So we came to the hospital, and 5 minutes after we were in the emergency room, waiting room, they took us back. They took her to go get an MRI. They came back, the radiologist there brought it himself, and he said, I've been here a long time. He told the doctors or whoever, I've only seen this 3 times in my entire career, and it's always been in adults. It shouldn't even happen in a child. It shouldn't be able to happen. So we're sitting in the little room waiting to hear what's wrong, The nurse comes in and she says, we have the neurosurgeon and this team of ENT specialists coming, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm sorry, Elise.
Oh,
it was a doctor.
Okay. I'm glad that you corrected her.
And so I said to myself, oh, these poor parents. And I said, I think you're in the wrong room. We're just here for, allergic reaction.
Right.
And he's like, no, ma'am. Elise has a brain abscess.
Oh, my.
So,
that's not very common.
No, it's almost unheard of in where it was in her age, because that part of your sinus cavity isn't even developed.
Did they give you an explanation?
Well, later after everything was over, we found out it was a bacteria. It was called Streptococcus aeruginosus.
Wow.
And it's a bacteria that's common, and it floats around in the air. So they thought she just probably breathed it up her nose, and it worked its way up somehow, but it was just...
Wow. So what happened? I mean, what'd you have to, after the waiting room
well,
MRI?
They rushed her to the ICU, put her on 5 different antibiotics, and it took several days. The surgeons had to coordinate with one another, but the staff there was amazing. Mm-hmm. They were always attentive, and the child life specialists were just awesome with her, bringing her things, because she couldn't leave out of there. So they would bring things to her and help, take her mind off of what was going on and explain things in a way, not just to her, but to us.
Right. I was just thinking, what was going through your mind when all this was happening? I mean, it sounds like it just happened really fast.
It did, and we didn't realize. I couldn't process it. I was just kind of there,
In shock.
Yeah, and the people up there in the ICU and the child life specialists were, just trying to explain stuff.
Tell us what this hospital meant, just to have them here, state-of-the-art children's hospital.
You're from Denham, so
you're from Denham.
Yeah, it meant her life. Because if we wouldn't have had this local facility, they told us later that even a 12-hour difference.
It's okay.
And there would have been quite a difference.
It would have been for now gone.
And you look at Elise now. Elise
Comforting mom.
Elise is comforting mom. And you don't... Did you remember being that sick, Elise?
Like, I do remember, but...
What do you remember from it?
I don't remember. I didn't feel sick.
Right.
I just felt like a normal girl.
Yeah, she didn't feel bad.
Right.
It was life-threatening.
And then up to you to maintain your strength for her at the same time. I can only imagine.
So, if you're a parent, Jill didn't think this was going to happen. Chris didn't think this was going to happen. And, of course, little Elise didn't even realize it was happening. But it was, and Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, as you just heard, saved her life.
Absolutely.
And there's many more stories like that. What would you tell a parent that is listening to this right now?
They need to support the hospital. They need to get together with their groups, their clubs, their sports organizations. Get together and call in and donate.
Yeah, we've only had one pledge this hour. So we really need to hear from you.
It was a good pledge.
Yes, it was a good pledge. But you can become a miracle maker also, or in addition to making your one-time pledge, $15 a month makes you a miracle maker. So let's give the phone number real quick: 1-888-499-5437. And Jill, Elise, and Chris, y'all are from Denham, so you were able to come just essentially right down the street, and time apparently being a big factor in what you guys went through. To have this hospital here probably saved your daughter's life.
Absolutely.
So.
It was absolutely that. She is just a miracle in herself.
So, Elise, do you think people need to call and make a donation? Okay, can you, if you turn around, will you be able to give the Capital Buick GMC phone bank number?
Yep.
Yes,
Go
sir.
for it.
888-499-KIDS.
Say again.
888-499-5437.
Or you can donate online.
Thank you, Elise.
Thank you so much, Elise and Jill and
Thank
Chris.
you. That was good.
Let's call now, and you can also donate on the Facebook page, 96.1theriver.com.
You really do need to donate because life happens, and you need to have this place. Having this place here local can make such a difference.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing your story and coming here today.
I'm Scotty Mack along with Michelle Southern as the Radiothon continues, the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital Radiothon on 96.1 The River. Thank you all.